5 reasons why you'll never catch your woman cheating. Most men believe that if their woman ever cheated, they'd know. They imagine lipstick on a collar, suspicious text messages, strange late nights, or some dramatic confession. But real life rarely works like that. The uncomfortable truth is that many men don't discover infidelity because there was nothing to discover. They discover it because someone made a mistake, or because the relationship had already fallen apart. And that's exactly what makes this conversation so important. This isn't about teaching women how to cheat. It's about helping men understand the psychology behind deception, emotional distance, and the blind spots that can exist in relationships. Because the man who believes, "I definitely catch her," is often the least prepared. Stay with me until the end, because the 5th reason is the one most men never think about, and it explains why some secrets stay buried for years. 1. Women rarely cheat on impulse. They usually plan and think it through. One of the biggest mistakes men make is assuming women approach cheating the same way many men do. Many men cheat because opportunity suddenly appears. A business trip, a drunken night, a moment of weakness. That doesn't excuse it, but it often isn't planned months in advance. Many women, however, don't move until they've already justified it in their own minds. Long before anything physical happens, they've already gone through an internal conversation. "I'm unhappy. He doesn't understand me anymore. I deserve better." Whether those conclusions are fair or not isn't the point. The point is that by the time she crosses the line, she often feels emotionally prepared to do it. That means she may have already thought through where she'll be, what she'll say if questioned, how to explain schedule changes, and how to reduce suspicion. The mistake many men make is waiting for obvious signs, but people who plan rarely leave obvious evidence. Instead of asking, "Can she cheat?" a better question is, "Has emotional honesty disappeared from this relationship?" Because secrets don't usually begin in the bedroom, they begin in silence. 2. She cheats emotionally before she cheats physically. Here's something many men don't want to hear. Physical cheating often isn't the beginning, it's the ending. The emotional connection usually comes first. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's an old friend, maybe it's someone online. At first, it looks harmless. They're just talking. Then she's laughing more with him than with you. She starts sharing frustrations with him instead of discussing them with you. She tells him things she no longer tells her own partner. Her emotional energy quietly shifts elsewhere. From your perspective, she simply seems distant. Maybe she's stressed, maybe she's tired, maybe she's going through something. Those explanations might even be true, but emotional distance is worth paying attention to, not because it proves cheating, but because healthy relationships depend on emotional connection. When emotional intimacy consistently moves outside the relationship, the foundation begins to crack, and by the time something physical happens, the relationship may have already been drifting apart for months. 3. Her friends will never betray her. Most people protect their close friends. Men do it, women do it. But in many friendship circles, people avoid getting involved in someone else's relationship problems. If a friend knows about an affair, they may stay silent because they don't want to destroy the friendship or become the messenger. That silence can unintentionally create a shield around dishonest behavior. So if you're expecting someone from her circle to expose everything, you may wait forever. That's why relying on other people to reveal the truth is a mistake. Your strongest protection has never been spying, interrogating, or hoping one of her friends slips up. Your strongest protection is paying attention to the quality of your own relationship. Is communication disappearing? Is trust fading? Is emotional investment becoming one-sided? Those questions matter far more than trying to investigate other people. 4. She cheats in ways that don't look like cheating. This may be the most uncomfortable point in this entire video. Not every betrayal begins with sex. Sometimes it begins with emotional exclusivity. A man she constantly messages but hides from you. Someone she runs to every time she's upset. Private conversations she fiercely protects. Inside jokes. Flirting disguised as being friendly. Attention she's no longer giving you. None of these things automatically prove infidelity, but they can reveal misplaced emotional investment. Relationships don't collapse overnight. They erode one conversation, one secret, one hidden attachment, one emotional escape at a time. The physical affair, if it ever happens, is often just the visible symptom. The invisible damage started much earlier. 5. She only cheats with someone she trusts not to talk. One reason many affairs remain hidden is simple. People who knowingly enter secret relationships often understand discretion. Loose talk creates consequences. Some people avoid partners who are reckless or attention-seeking because exposure benefits no one involved. That doesn't mean every affair stays secret forever. Many don't. Mistakes happen, guilt builds, someone eventually speaks, patterns change, the truth comes out. But the idea that you'll automatically hear about it through gossip isn't something you should depend on. Which brings us to the biggest lesson of this entire video. Your goal should never be trying to become the world's greatest detective. A healthy relationship isn't built on surveillance. It's built on mutual respect, transparency, consistent honesty, and choosing each other every day. If you constantly feel the need to investigate your partner, something important has already been lost. Either trust is gone or peace of mind is, and no man should build his life on either uncertainty or paranoia. Become the kind of man who values himself enough to walk away from dishonesty, but wise enough not to accuse without evidence. Because confidence doesn't come from controlling another person. It comes from knowing that if someone betrays your trust, you'll have the strength to leave rather than lose yourself trying to uncover every secret. That's the mindset that keeps a man free.